Well, good morning and welcome back to Cityline. With me, I have two amazing individuals who are here from Associated Ministries to talk about Paint Tacoma Beautiful. And if you don't know what Paint Tacoma Beautiful is, well, buckle up, Buttercup, because this is one of the best programs, one of the many best programs that we have going here in the city of Tacoma. Please join me in welcoming Jessie Thompson. You are a community program manager for our beloved Associated Ministries. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Great to have you. And this beautiful woman, look at that smile. Alyssa Humbart, you are a volunteer specialist of 3 weeks.
Yes,
for
I'm very new to the
Associated
team.
Ministries. Welcome, my dear.
Thank you.
Wow, I can just see it already. This is going to be a match made in heaven with you.
Oh, thank you.
Because you already have the energy and the zhuzh
I'm so
that
excited for the season.
this program is known for. Absolutely.
She certainly does.
So let's jump into it. If people don't know what Paint Tacoma Beautiful is and when it was started, Jessie, what do we say to them?
Well, we tell them that Paint Tacoma Beautiful is a wonderful program, started in the 80s, 1985 to be exact, that paints the exterior of low-income homeowners' houses in the city of Tacoma. We have painted over 2,200 homes. Not personally.
2,200 homes.
Yes, ma'am.
My goodness, I can't even fathom if you put all those homes together or put them into a plot of land, how big that would be. And it is an incredible program. When we think about outside of getting a new, coat of fresh paint, Lisa, what is the purpose of this? What does it do for us?
Well, it builds community.
Yeah.
That's the most important part. It brings volunteers and homeowners together. It's all about city beautification. And the most important part, too, is that it really helps people regain equity in their home. Mm-hmm. It keeps our city safe. And it brings people a lot of pride to be a part of a project like that.
Oh my God, you nailed it. That's exactly what it does. Pride, safety, resale value. So when we think about the impact, does it impact the way that we all have intended, Jessie? I mean, you mentioned this key phrase that I want to go back to, low income. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, well, there are so many people who live within the city limits, who own their homes, have lived there for years, raised their families. A lot of these folks are on fixed incomes. The homes are paid off, but they can't afford thousands of dollars to have somebody come out and paint the exterior. So I would say definitely yes, this has a huge impact on the city. Like Alyssa said, it builds community. These homeowners are often kind of lonely, especially with the pandemic we've just been through. They're still a little afraid to leave their house, and then a group of loving, wonderful volunteers shows up for 2, 3, 4 days over a span of a few weeks and hangs out. I mean, that's worth a lot of weight.
It is. It is. And I'm going to expose myself here in the sense that I have been on a Paint Tacoma Beautiful team, and it probably was good, I'm thinking maybe 15 years ago, but I had the best time. And our homeowner was so delightful. And we had a barbecue.
Oh, wow.
We made raised beds. We did things inside for this homeowner. And it's an experience that I will never forget. It was just so heartfelt. So, Alyssa, when we think about homeowner eligibility, there are many great services here in the city of Tacoma, but sometimes those services take a while to apply for. So how do we apply for this?
Well, there's a couple of ways. You can go online to associatedministries.org, and you can apply there. You can call me.
Yes!
And I will help you fill out your application.
Hello.
And I will give you all the information you need. You can come by our office and pick one up. We have a lot of ways you can do that.
I love that. And then they get to look at your face and see all that little sparkly joy there.
Yay!
Yeah. So when we think about the painting of the houses, first off, let's be clear, who does the painting of the houses? Because I just ratted myself out here. I was making raised beds. I did scrape paint. So do you have to have, number one, experience as a painter? And if you don't, can you still paint?
Oh, of course, yeah. we have a lot of novice volunteers, people who have maybe not painted ever before. It's more about the heart behind it. If you have the
Yes.
time and you can commit to a project, whether it's one day, whether it's multiple days, we'll take anyone. I mean, volunteers run this program basically. So if they want to come out and help, we'll take them.
I love that. Because you have been here for 3 weeks, but you probably heard about Paint Tacoma Beautiful before you were
Yes.
asked to join their team. I'm going to ask you, what are some of the stories that stand out in your mind in the times that you've been a part of this program? Because those stories are the legacy.
They really are, absolutely. Off the top of my head, my favorite story is the very first house I went out to when I first started at Associated Ministries. After somebody's gotten through the whole application process and they're approved, we show up at their house, we take pictures of the home, we get to know the homeowner. We actually ask a lot of, tell us about your family, tell us about,
Yes.
how long have you lived here, sort of what are some hobbies, so that we can get to know them. And we talk about paint color, right?
Speaking of, look at this.
Yeah, here's a before picture, and I think there's the after. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what a difference.
So, homeowner story is the other set of before and after pictures we brought. This woman, I went out to her house. There it is, and we were discussing paint color. They get to pick their colors from what we have available.
Okay.
And she wanted something really kind of muted, and then a bold, she wanted bold borders, and
Look at
and a
that.
front door that's gold. And we stood there talking about the front door and how that was going to pop with the purple. And she looked down at that sidewalk and she said, "Can we paint my sidewalk too? I want a yellow brick road leading right up to my front door." And so there it was. She got her yellow brick road.
I love that. Oh my gosh. And just what a difference
Yeah.
it makes in the sense of just curb appeal, but also something, Elisa, that you said, and that's pride of ownership. That is an outstanding paint job. And I love the yellow brick road.
Yeah, isn't that fun?
Oh, that is such a good story. So how can people volunteer to become a painter, and what other ways are there, Elisa, in terms of people supporting this project that maybe doesn't involve painting? Maybe they're really good at painting sidewalks or
Yeah.
trimming up hedges.
Yeah, so volunteers can come in a lot of different ways,
Yes.
right? They can go online and fill out an application to volunteer with us and then kind of tell us what they're interested in. They can paint houses, they can scrape paint, they can do photography if they want. We always need people to help with yard work. Some people like to do raised flower beds.
Yeah.
It depends on what they're willing to do and how they can help a homeowner.
I love that. So give us a timeline here, Jesse. How long does the program run for, and how soon do we need to, if someone's thinking about this, or if you are a neighbor and you know of a house in your neighborhood that would benefit this, how soon should we act?
You can apply anytime, all year long. We take applicants all year long for volunteers as well.
Right.
But the paint season, you live in Washington,
Yeah.
it runs depending on weather. So we like to get started as early as April. We're hoping to have at least 1 or 2 projects going before the end of the month. And we can go into September, October if the weather lets us, or sometimes we get cut short. So it's really, really, really weather dependent.
Boy, isn't it? Because we're having a cold spring right now. It's
We
like
are.
I wish it would just make up its mind. So, Alyssa, when we think about this program moving forward, and it has such an amazing bedrock foundation, is that something we can look forward to? Because our city changes a lot, and we have a lot of issues that we have to face right now. We've got unhousedness, we've got lack of places to live, and certainly painting houses is a part of that. Is that something we can look forward to in the future?
Oh, for sure. I mean, this is a program that's been around for 40 years. As long as homeowners need our help, we'll be there.
Yeah.
And this creates affordable housing by keeping people in their houses, keeping their homeowners insurance, keeping them in their home. It's an important job to do, for sure.
It is, absolutely, yeah. So we've been showing the website beneath both of your beautiful faces that
Perfect.
people can
Thank
get online and find more information, and also sign up and register. In this last minute, who do we need to thank?
Oh, we have so many people to
Yes.
thank, Amanda. We do. First and foremost, the City of Tacoma, because they continue to sponsor this program, which is a big deal. And we have so many helpers that make sure we have what we need. Sherwin-Williams, Home Depot, Miller Paint, Benjamin Moore, S&M Real Property Investments. Who am I missing, Alyssa?
Rhoda Paint.
Rada Paint. And then, of course, our volunteers.
Oh,
We
yes.
can live without our volunteers. I get asked a lot, how many volunteers does it take to do a
Yeah, I was
house?
going to ask that.
Amanda, I have a guy that painted 2 houses by himself one summer. And then I had a group of 30 that only got 2 walls done. So, I mean, it depends on your team.
Yeah.
Oh, and speaking of, here's some, and
Yeah.
these teams, I want to say, they stay together. They remember each other.
They do.
It is something that changes your life. It changed my life to get to know that homeowner and to also realize that I was pretty good at painting trim as well.
Well, we hope to see you out again this summer.
Well, I hope so too. So I want to say one more time, the website is below your face, and please get a hold of 2 of you. And if you know of somebody who needs their house painted, by all
Absolutely.
means, a referral is a gift of love.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you both for being here today.
Thank you for
and
having
continuing
us.
all the goodness that you do in Pierce County. All right, looks like we have got our friend over there in the Cityline Comfort Cafe. He's going to transition himself to the couch here in just a second. We'll be talking with Carson Brock. You don't want to miss that. We'll be right back.